Hello guys, so welcome to my channel. Well, today I'm gonna be making some lovely food, you can't believe it. And this very dish is Cameroonian food. Okay, it's called Poulet DG. Right, I went to Birmingham. Birmingham is a city in Manchester, sorry, no, it's a city in Manchester, a city in England. Okay, so I went there, and a friend of mine took me to a restaurant, and you know, we had this very dish, and I thought, God damn it, I gotta try this cooking. I gotta try this recipe. So I, while I was eating it, I kind of was picking up what was in it, this was in it, that was in it, and then I figured out all the ingredients that was in it just by eating it. Okay, so right today I am gonna be making it my own way. Okay, there you go. This is Poulet DG ingredients on the display. But before I introduce it to my ingredients, okay, I want to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers who have just hit the 1,000 plus subscribers. Okay, I am so out of the moon. I'm so grateful to you guys that have subscribed to my channel. I'm so grateful that you guys have been all the way from #1 subscriber till the 1,000 plus. Oh God, I cannot thank you guys enough. I am so happy. Thank you guys for supporting me. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon there, and then leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, and then like the video and share it to your friends and family. Okay, I really appreciate you guys, and then I'm so grateful for all your support. Right, let me just go on ahead and introduce you to this my wonderful ingredients for the Poulet DG dish we're gonna be making today. Okay, excuse my voice is a bit cracked today. It's very rainy outside today. I'm very cold, so I've just been shopping, so my voice will be shaking a bit, so ignore me. Okay. All right, let's just jump into our introduction to our ingredients. Okay, right here I've got my parsley, and this parsley is I got it from Asda anyway, from the supermarket. You can get it from the Asian shop, depending on where you live. You can find it anywhere in the shop. Okay, and I've got my ginger, I've got garlic, I've got green bell pepper, I've got my Scotch bonnet. Of course, I can't do without my Scotch bonnet. I've got yellow bell pepper and 2 red bell peppers I'll be using for this very dish. And don't forget, I have here LEEK. If you cannot find LEEK where you are, you can actually use the spring onions. It's still the same taste. Okay, but if you can find LEEK, that might taste better. Okay, so here I've got my grounded white pepper and my aromat. Okay, and I've got my onions right here, and of course I've got the sliced carrots. Okay, you can get it sliced, or you can get it in whole and slice it yourself, but today I chose to get the sliced one today. Okay, so here I have my celery sticks. I'm just going to be using one of them, and I have the fine beans, which is the green beans we call it, and I have my chicken thighs. I'm going to be removing the skins of these chicken thighs, for this very dish. And here I've got my salad tomatoes. I'm using just 8 of it. So I've got 6 here, and I'm going to be taking 2 from the one in the bottom. And here I've got my olive oil. Okay, and then our main ingredients is the plantain. Okay, so when you go to the Afro shop to buy this plantain, or you go to the market, wherever you are, to buy the plantain, make sure you don't buy the overripe plantain. Buy the ones that still, that's ripe but still a little bit strong. Okay, and then don't forget your Maggi cube. I have 1 Maggi chicken here, and I have the Maggi shrimps. You can use any cube of your choice, to season it, depending on what you. But this is what I want to use today. And don't forget salt. If you like salt, make sure you taste the food after you've added all your seasoning before you add any more salt. Right, I did not display any salt, that doesn't mean I won't be using salt, but if I need salt, I'm still gonna add salt. So let me just add my salt here. So, and salt if you need salt, okay? So I'm just gonna go on ahead now and prep all these ingredients, then we'll get cooking. Guys, I thought I should show you all the meats before I blend them, okay? I made mention, let me prepare my ingredients. So I've prepped all the things I'll be blending first. So right now I'm going to be blending, this is the Scotch bonnet, and that's the ginger, half of the ginger I showed earlier. I have 6 cloves of garlic, and I have half of the leeks, you know that leeks I showed you earlier, and then I have 1 stick of the celery stick, and I have half of that's parsley. You can use a handful, so just a handful of the parsley. And right here I've removed all the skin from the chicken and try to remove all the fatty part of it, okay? So right now I'm going to be blending my all this green and onion in my blender right here, okay? So I'm just gonna put it on and blend it together. Some people add oil when they're blending, but today I'm going to be adding just a little water to get my green paste to marinate my chicken before we get cooking, okay? So let me just go on and blend all the veggies. Okay guys, this is the outcome of the veggies I told you earlier I was going to be blending, and right now I've blended it you know, very finely. I'm gonna be putting it in my chicken, and here is my chicken in the pan already. So I'm just gonna pour 2 or 3 cooking spoons of the green paste in the chicken, and then bring it to boil or let it cook. Then I will now, you know, show you the next stage. This chicken I'm going to be putting in the oven anyway. I don't want to fry my chicken today because some people, for this very recipe, some people do fry the chicken, okay? So I'm not going to be frying the chicken because I'm going to be frying the, you know, the plantain. So just trying to keep it a little bit healthy. So I'm going to steam my chicken with my green paste and then put it in the oven. So let me go on ahead now and then add a few of my my green paste in my chicken, and I'll come back and show you what I've added. Okay? two cooking spoons of my green paste in my chicken, okay? And if you noticed, I still have more left, so we're going to be using that later on. So in this now I'm going to be adding 1 of our Maggi cubes, okay? So I'm using the Maggi chicken, just 1 of it, okay? So a little bit of our aromat, just a little, okay? And then the white pepper, the grounded white pepper. So if you have a tablespoon, a teaspoon, you can use a teaspoon, but I'm going to use my eyes to measure it, okay? So in goes a teaspoon of our white grounded pepper, and then a cup of water. I don't want to put a lot of water in it, okay? So I'm just gonna give it a stir, and then let it cook, okay? So we're just gonna give it like 10-15 minutes for it to cook. So while it's cooking, I'm gonna be prepping all of my veggies here, and now I'm gonna start with my plantain. I'm gonna start with my plantain. I'm gonna cut them all up and then start frying them, okay? So I'll come back and show you how our chicken is doing before it gets in the oven, okay? So I'm gonna be multitasking, and then I hope we'll keep up to it. I can't wait to eat this food, guys. I just wish you're here to smell this green the green paste. The smell is divine. My God, you can smell the parsley, you can smell the leek, you can smell the The ginger, the garlic is coming up. It's smelling yummy already. So let me just go on ahead now and then prep my plantain, and then keep an eye on the chicken. Prepare the oven for the chicken to get in, and prep all the ingredients. Okay guys, I'm just gonna check our chicken now. It's been 15 minutes since I started cooking it. Wow, my god, the smell is beautiful. Yeah, looks like it's ready. Yeah, the color is green because we used our green veggies, you know, to cook it. And this food is quite cheap actually. It's you know, if you're on budget, this is good for you, and it tastes wonderful when I tasted it in the restaurant. Okay, so I believe mine would taste as wonderful as that one I tasted in the restaurant. So I actually purchased everything I need for this very dish for less than 14 pounds, which is not a lot. Okay, so this is a very good way of you know, getting in your 5 a day, and then you know, it's actually very cheap. Okay, so right now I've prepared my oven tray. If you notice, I put some clean tin foil on it. So right now I'm just gonna turn off the heat. It's been cooking on a high heat for 15 minutes now, so I'm just gonna start taking them out, you know, to put them in the oven. My oven has been heating up now for 10 minutes or so. So this is ready to go in the oven. Forgive me, like I said, I'm multitasking today. So I'm just gonna, you know, scoop out the chicken and put in the oven tray. Okay, and in your oven tray, make sure you double it so that it doesn't touch the, I mean, you double it with the foil so it doesn't ruin your oven tray. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a bit of the juice on each of the chicken, just like that. Yeah, and then our dish is ready to go. The chicken is now ready to get in the oven. Okay, so the oven is on 200. Okay, I put it on 150, on 200 mark. Okay, so I'm just gonna put our chicken in the oven now, and the chicken goes. So that will be there till it's golden brown. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna show you the veggies. Here I've prepared the red, yellow and red bell peppers. I've removed all the heads on the, you know, the beans. You can cut it anyhow you like, but this is how I chose to leave mine today. And prep the carrots already, and then I've chopped up all my plantain. If you notice, I didn't chop them finely, I mean thin. It's got to be a little bit thick, but not too thick. Okay, so this is the size I cut mine. And then this tomato, I'm gonna be rough blending it, not, you know, like to puree it like that, puree the green veggies. I'll just give it a blast, like bro, like 2 times blast, and then you're good to go. All right, so I'm just gonna go on now and then get the plantain frying. Right now I'm gonna, you know, put the oil on in the pot and let it heat up, and I'll come back and show you anyway. Let me just prep the pot, and I'll come back and show you what I'm doing with the plantain. Okay, so but the idea is be as generous as you can with the oil. Make sure the oil is deep, and then you let it heat up for like 10 minutes before you start putting in the plantain. Okay, I'll take you to that. So let me just, you know, do that, and I'll come back. I'm gonna give our tomato a little blast like I told you earlier, and then get going with the frying of the plantain. Okay, I'll come back. The outcome of the tomato. If you notice, I just rough blended it. I did not, you know, really, you know, blend it to puree. If you notice, I just give you, see how I just smashed it up. Okay, so right now, my oil looks like it's hot now. It's been on fire for like 5-10 minutes now. No, not up to 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so. So while you're dropping in the plantain, make sure you're careful, okay? So the oil don't splash on you. So I'm just going to put it in now. It's hot, but it's not too hot. That's how I want it. So I'm just going to put my plantain in. Okay. And don't forget to keep an eye on your chicken while you're doing all this, okay? So that your chicken don't burn in the oven, okay? So I'm just gonna give it some time to, you know, get to golden brown. Then I'll, you know, scoop it out, and then I'll put in the remaining. So I'll come back and show you what I'm doing, and then we'll move on to the next. Our plantain now have been frying, and if you notice, it's now golden brown, almost, not all of it, but it's either you drain it out now or you leave it for a bit. So I'm happy with the way it is now, but before I remove it, I'll just have a quick look at our chicken and see. Ooh. Oh, it's getting there. You see that? It's getting there, but not quite. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. So yeah, right now I'm gonna be removing our plantain from the oil. Okay. And be very careful with the hot oil when you're doing this, okay? You don't want any accident. Be very careful. Okay, so just take your time and get them all out. Okay. Oops. So I'm just gonna do this and then add the remaining of the plantain, you know, to get all of them fried. Then we'll proceed with our last stage of the cooking. It might look like a lot of work, but it's not. It actually takes like roughly, if you prepare all your veggies, the dish is done. Yeah, so it's not that difficult to prepare, and it's worth it. It's worth whatever time you put in it. Just follow step by step of the way I'm describing it and doing it now, and then believe me, you will enjoy it when you're eating it, and you will say, okay, it's worth the work. It's not really bad, you know what I mean? So oops, come on out. Right, so we're taking our time here to get it out, if you notice. Okay. So you know, when you're putting the next one, because the oil is now very hot, yeah, oops, now the oil is very hot, it's rolling like a ball. A bit of fun cooking, right? So when you're putting in the last bit of the plantain, you have to be extremely careful because the oil is really hot at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is just pour it in and slide back while I do that. Okay, so you just stir to make sure all of them sit in, and then wait for it to golden. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the chicken out from the oven and see if it's ready. If it's ready, I'm gonna get it out and set it aside for the next stage. Okay, so I'll come back and show you how plantain is doing and if the chicken is done or not. Okay guys, this is the outcome of our chicken. See how nice it is, and that's how good it's gonna taste, baby. So right now, let me just get out the last bit of the plantain, and then I'm carefully gonna, you know, reduce the oil so we can start the next process, which is putting everything together then. Yeah, so I'll just go on ahead now and scoop out the plantain. Then I will reduce the oil. Then I'll come back. Reduce the oil in another pan. Okay, so right now I'm gonna be putting in half of the onions. You know, I used half to blend my green veggies, so this is going in now. Okay, and then you give that a stir, allow it to stir. Do the stir for like 2, 3 or 5 seconds like this, or even more. You can leave it to brown, but I just like to let my silk for a bit. Okay, so I think this is good to go now. So I'm gonna add up my roughly blended tomato. Okay, so I'm just gonna cook this till all the the juice reduce. You know, when the oil starts floating on it, that's when you know that the tomato is ready for other ingredients to go in. So I'm just gonna cover this up now and let it cook for maybe 5 minutes or so. Then we'll come back and see how it. Okay guys, I'm just gonna check our tomato and see if it's drained. Oh yes, this is exactly what we want. Now it's nicely sizzling, and that shows you that it's properly drained. Okay, so now I'm gonna be adding up, remember our blended green is going back in now, the rest of it. Okay, so once you put that in, don't forget to put another teaspoon of the grounded white pepper. Okay, just like this. So if you like chili, you can hit it up if you want, add as much as you want. Okay, so I've just added another teaspoon of that, and then I'll be adding a chicken cube. Okay, so 1 chicken cube goes in, and then you give it a stir. See how beautiful it looks, and that's how nice it smells. Okay, so don't worry about the green color. Okay, it's all gonna come together at the point. And another tip is, if you don't want to use the fresh tomato, you can actually use tomato puree if you want. But I want to use the fresh tomato, to get everything fresh and see how it tastes. Right, I'm just gonna leave this to heat up for like 5 minutes, and I'll come back. I'm just gonna check and see how our sauce is doing. Wow, can you see that? Now it's like not pure greenish like when I put the green stuff in, right? Okay, so right now I'm just gonna stir in our chicken. Okay, in goes the chicken, and give that a stir. So our food is nearly ready. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna put in the fried plantain in the mix. Okay, and then be careful so that you don't smash up the chicken as well. So just turn it side to side. Don't worry about the bubble. Wow, it smells so beautiful in here. You can smell the celery, the leek, the ginger, the garlic. This is actually a very healthy food because the parsley and celery is actually good for you. And the ginger, garlic and everything going, not me. So this is actually very healthy meal. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this to sit in for another 3 minutes like this. Then I will come back and add all the veggies to it. Okay, all right, so let's give it 3 more minutes to sit in, then we'll come back. Hey guys, it's been 3 minutes since I added the chicken and the fried plantain. So right now I'm gonna be adding our yellow pepper, green bell pepper in the mix. Yeah, so the idea is just to leave it on the top, and then in goes our beans and the carrots, and the pot is full. Yeah, so if you think it's beginning to burn, you can actually reduce the heat, but mine is okay, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So right, in goes all our veggies. So right now I'm just gonna give it a good stir, and then we'll leave it to simmer for another 5 minutes, or could you actually cover it up and then leave it to simmer for another 5 minutes, and then our food is ready. So I'll come back and show you the outcome. Okay, okay guys, you're just gonna see how our food is doing. I've changed my pot from a smaller one there to a bigger one. Okay, so we'll have enough room to stir the food. Okay, so I'm just gonna, whoa, look at that, that is so beautiful, right? So this is the outcome of our dish. Okay, if you noticed, and it smells divine. So I hope you like it when you try it. Okay, so feel free to, you know, leave a comment and tell me what you think if you've tried this recipe, and don't forget to leave a subscribe if you've not subscribed. Give us a thumbs up, share this video to your friends and family, and then I'm just gonna dive into the one I've dished out to see how it tastes. Right, let's see how it tastes. Oh my god, it tastes so beautiful. So please leave a comment and tell me what you think about this recipe, and then I should see you on my next video. Okay, have a good night and be safe, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you've not subscribed already. Hit the subscribe button and have a good evening. Okay, I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.